Module 16 test. This is the working of the test that you need to record, write down, to have for yourself. And at the end of this, I will give you the extra assignment. There will be a part 2 to the video. You will watch that, do that extra assignment. And what you will bring for a retake is both extra assignments. You'll have one over logs and one over exponentials. And your original review. If it is not completed, you must also complete that, or you do not get a retake. These are questions straight off the test that I had trouble with. You can see me. There were a lot of students who did not miss this type of problem. Therefore, you can skip that part on the extra practice, and I can tell you whether that was you or not. Given this original problem, they give me f of x, which is the same thing as y, equals the log 8 of x. They ask me to find 1 over 64. Notice that is replacing x. So my first job here is to rewrite before I do anything. So to rewrite this function, it will be 8 to the y value, y exponent equals x. So I rewrite. Then I will say 8 to the y has to equal x, 1 over 64. I know when I put in my calculator, 8 squared is 64. But I need it to be 1 over 64. So my exponent should not only be a 2, it should be a negative to cause the whole number to flip into a fraction. So that is that value. The next one, I'm going to skip that problem and go to these two. Again, I have this same problem, so that is 8 to the y equals x. So I'm going to say 8 to the y has to equal 8. This is x's value. So the exponent, I know 8 squared is 64, that's too big. So smaller than 1 is 2. 8 to the 1 power is also 8. So y is 1. I need an exponent of 1. Same problem again, so this is 8 to the y equals x. So I'm going to say 8 to the y has to equal 512, because that is x. 8 squared is 64, so I'm going to try 8 to the 3rd power. That's what it is, so y must be 3. There are practice problems that you will see in a second of that type of problem. You are responsible for doing those unless you ask me and I omit them for you. This problem right here you also need to write down. This is a log function just like the others have been. I cannot type this into my calculator because there is an x right there. I cannot take the log when there is an x. So log 3 is all alone. There's only one of them, so I'm going to rewrite. That is my first job. So I'm going to say base of 3, exponent of 3. People missed this problem because they told me that 3 times 3 is 9. That is not what this problem says. It says 3 raised to the 3rd power. That is 27. So I have 27 equals 4x minus 3. So we're going to add 3 to give me 30. And then I'm going to take 30, divide it by 4. So x is going to equal 7.5. That is that problem. So I'm going to go to a different page, and you need to write down the problems that we are going to work. Nothing there. We're going to work right here. This is a multiple choice question. First of all, you have to remind yourself that there are 2 logs in this problem, which is not okay, so your first step is to condense. You must only have 1 log before you can work these problems. And subtraction means division. I cannot pick this one because it means multiplication. So that's out. I've got 3 answers left. When I condense, my job is to have 1 log in the problem, not 2. So this can't be the answer. There can only be 1 log in the problem. So I'm going to say log base 8. I only want it 1 time. And then I will divide the arguments. 15 gets divided by 3. And that's going to equal x. So I have condensed the problem. Log may only be there 1 time. Notice this says log of 5 over 8. That can't be it either. You know that 15 divided by 3 is 5. Now I have a calculator, so I'm going to type in the log base of 8 and hope that it is this answer right here because that's the only one left. And take it of 5, and it is 0.77. That is the correct answer. Got to know how to condense a log. Okay, if you thought this went too fast, you freeze it while you're writing, whatever you need to do. And then 14 down here at the bottom, we're going to look at this problem. Again, I've got 2 logs in the problem, so I cannot rewrite. I must condense. My first step is to condense. And addition means multiplication. So I'm only going to have log base 6 one time. I'm going to take x, and I'm going to multiply it by x plus 5. Now, I need to multiply that. X times x is x squared, and x times 5 is 5x. I had a lot of people not put the 5x. They just put 5. Not good. Now, I only have 1 log. I cannot put this into the calculator because there are variables, so my next step is to rewrite. Base is 6, exponent is 2, x squared plus 5x. This is a quadratic function, so my job is to make it equal 0. Right now it is 36. 6 squared is 36. So I'm going to say x squared plus 5x, and I'm going to move this over. Minus 36. And then I need to factor. I need something that multiplies to be 36 that will add to be 5. It's not 6 and 6 because that's not 5. So I know that I need a positive and I need a negative. I also know the bigger number will be positive. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 minus 4 is 5. How a lot of people miss this problem because they don't understand x equals. X is not 9. 9 plus 9 does not equal 0. Negative 9 plus 9 would be 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. Your negative solution will always, when you check your calculator, be the extraneous. You must give both answers. You must tell me that that one is extraneous in order for it to count. Okay, and we have 2 more problems to work, and then you can see the extra problems for this particular assignment. This problem, natural log, same deal as log. How many natural logs are in the problem? Only 1. So I don't need to condense. But I cannot work it until natural log is alone, and right now there's a plus 2 in the way, so I've got to get rid of that. So that is the natural log of x minus 3 equals 9. Okay, now I'm ready to rework this problem. I have 1 log in the problem. It's natural log, doesn't matter, there's only 1. So I need to rewrite. Again, you have an x, you cannot type that in the calculator. The base of natural log is e. E to the 9th power equals x minus 3. In order to get, well, actually, e to the 9th is I can put in the calculator. E to the 9th power. That's what I have on my paper. Enter. And then I'm trying to get this x alone, so I'm going to add 3. So many people put subtract 3. That would be wrong. So I've got e to the 9th plus 3. So I'm going to hit plus 3. I got that number. Those are not my answer choices. However, what I did do right here happens to be this answer choice right there. It's not minus 3. I don't know where e to the 11th came from, and I don't know where e to the 12th came from. They don't make any sense. You move, 11 because they didn't move the 2. You have to move anything that is not the argument. This is your argument. Get that out of the way. Okay, last problem for this, and you can write down the extra practice for this before you watch part 2. Right here, again, how many logs do I have in the problem? Exactly 1. But I cannot rewrite because there's stuff in the way of the argument. I have people dividing by 3. That is incorrect. You have to undo PEMDAS, and you're undoing it backwards because I don't know something. This comes first when I'm working an equation. So I will add 2 before I do anything else. And 10 plus 2 is 12. Now I may get rid of multiplication or division, so I'm going to divide out the 3. At this point, I have exactly 1 log. I have nothing over here except the argument, so it is time to rewrite. So the base on natural log is e. Exponent is 4 equals negative 2x. In order to get that x alone, so what I'm going to put in my calculator, is e to the fourth power. Oops, sorry. Fourth power, and delete that, and hit enter. That's e to the fourth, and I'm going to divide it by -2. So x is about -2. Let's see, it says to round to the thousandths, so I better round correctly. -27 point. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Following the 9 is a 0, so it does not round up. That is the solution. Write those down. Make sure you use those as your guide. You need to work through these extra practice problems. I'm going to zoom out, hopefully get the whole page here. You need to pause this and write these down. That's the first 7 problems that you see. And then you can write the rest of this down. Again, if you come see me and you did well here, you do not need to do this part again. You can skip it. But make sure you see me to get that permission.